Hi, Dr. Matt Prince on Points. So we talk about obedience and sacrifice. I remember the scripture that stood out to me was when Saul didn't do what God told him to do, um, and he lost the kingdom. And it was Samuel that said to him because he didn't slaughter like he was supposed to everything of I believe, the Amalekites. And Samuel said to him, obedience is greater than sacrifice. And as a pilot, I was wondering if obedience is greater than sacrifice, then how are you supposed to prove that you love God? And when we look at it, you look at the New Testament. Um, remember in the New Testament, reading it a couple of days ago, where it said, Paul said that we're supposed to be a living sacrifice. So he combined obedience and sacrifice together, where he was saying that we're supposed to be a living sacrifice to God, which means we're supposed to continually obey Him. Now, that's just my thought, and just thought from what I learned was that when someone loves somebody, they sacrifice. That's what it means for rich or poor, and when you marry rich or poor, in sickness and in health, it's talking about how to sacrifice, that you would sacrifice yourself for that person. And even you can think about in parents and relationship with child, that parent sacrifices daily so that child can have. And that's proof of love. But if he says obedience is greater than sacrifice, what does the Bible actually mean by that? It means that God, we can't we can't give like that song that I heard. It was an old song, but I heard about that you can't outgive God. God, you can't out sacrifice Him. You can't. It's not. You can't get to the point where you're saying I sacrificed so much and God gave me so little. You can't get to the point of saying that you did more than God did for you, because He's God. God sacrifices a lot more, way more. He sacrificed when He created us. He sacrificed when He gave us things that we don't deserve. He sacrificed when He loved us in spite of all the things we've done. And the greatest sacrifice is He gave up His Son Jesus, who was perfect in everything that He wanted Him to be, did everything He wanted Him to be, was obedient, was faithful, was true, blameless, righteous. He gave up that perfect man just for this imperfect world that was dying and messed up. And not only did He do that, but Paul said that wouldn't He give us everything? That He will give us everything we need. And Jesus said that if we just, it says that anyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. And it also says where Jesus said, you could ask anything in my name. And that's why Jesus said in the Great Commission, you're going to do greater things. Because Jesus was the start. He wasn't the finish. He was the start of the new creation. That's why they call Him the first fruit. But back to obedience sacrifice, and then the New Testament brings it out where it's saying that's what obedience is doing. Obedience is the greatest sacrifice. If you obey God, because that's how God knows you love Him. Not by what you sacrifice, but because you obey Him and you trust Him. And that's saying that you love Him. And so that's what it means being a living sacrifice, is obeying Him continually. Obeying Him blindly, obeying Him, just obeying whenever He speaks, listening to Him and respecting Him. Whenever He moves, moving right along with Him. Whenever He opened doors, thanking Him for it. Just being full of the Spirit of the Lord, walking by your spirit that God gave you and not walking by the flesh that you have. And if you walk by the Spirit, the Spirit of God, God will open up doors for you. It says that signs, miracles, and wonders falls out of a believer. So if you're truly a believer, you'll obey and you'll sacrifice what you want and you'll do what God wants. You'll put God first. That's what He means by it. Putting God first, saying, what will God say? When something happened to you, your first question should be, what will God do? Like that bracelet they used to have, what would Jesus do? That should be your first response when you get into a situation, even whether good or bad.